Chinese ancient mythology. The story of the Cowherd and the Weaver Maid. The story of the Cowherd and the Weaver Maid is a widely spread Chinese mythology since ancient times. Adapt. Chunfeng Yang. Painting. Emolang. Publication. People's Fine Arts Press. Translation. Eddie. Editing. Owen. It is said that long ago, Altair and Vega in heaven had been in love with each other, yet the Queen of Heaven forbade their love and managed to tear them apart. The fact that Altair insisted on pursuing a happy marriage made the Queen of Heaven furious. She ordered that Altair be evicted from heaven. Altair came down to the earth. He herded cattle every day for his brother. So he was called Niulang. His sister-in-law was mean and cunning. She took Niulang as a burden to them and forced her husband to let Niulang go. The honest brother was afraid of his wife and had to comply and gave Niulang 3 acres of land close to the hill and an old ox. Niulang worked hard every day, enjoying a simple and free life without worrying about food and clothing. However, he felt sad when thinking about Vega, the girl he deeply loved. One day his old ox suddenly started talking miraculously. Tomorrow the fairies will go bathing at Qixi. If you can find the white and red dress of Vega and keep it, she will definitely come down to earth to get married to you. The next day, Niulang came to Qixi and he did see the fairies playing in the water. Among them was a girl frowning. She was Vega, the beloved girl that Niulang was missing day and night. Niulang was pleasantly shocked and he hurriedly took the white and red dress and held it to his arms. The fairies were frightened. They quickly jumped out of the water, got dressed in a hurry and flew away up to heaven. Vega stood shyly in the lotuses without her dress. She promised Niulang that she would come down to the earth to marry him. Vega followed Niulang to the earth. They got married with the old ox as a matchmaker. Since then, Niulang farmed on land. And Vega, then named Ying, wove at home. They loved each other and lived a happy life. 7 years passed, which was only a few days in heaven. Niulang and Qixi gave birth to a son and a daughter successively. They worked in fields and played under trees and life was brimming with laughter and joy. Then one day the Queen of Heaven got to know that Qixi had gone to the earth and married Niulang. She flew into anger and sent 2 soldiers to arrest Qixi to return to heaven. Niulang wasn't home at that moment. Qixi felt worried. The 2 soldiers said, "You are so bold against the law in heaven. The Queen ordered you to return back to heaven. I've been married to Niulang and cannot return with you. How dare you resist the Queen's order?" The 2 soldiers pulled Qixi away toughly without caring about the crying of the children. When Niulang came back home and heard that his wife was caught by the soldiers from heaven, Niulang was very angry. He carried his children with baskets and chased after them. He shouted as he ran, "I'm coming to help, Qixi." Niulang was about to catch up with them to Nantianmen when at this very moment the Queen showed up. She pulled off her magic hairpin and drew a line between the couple. The line became the Silver River in heaven, or the Milky Way, which lay between Niulang and Qixi and separated them apart. Since then, the gushing Milky Way separated the family on both sides. They could not gather together at all. Magpies were deeply moved by the love between Niulang and Qixi. On the 7th day of July, tens of millions of magpies flew to heaven and formed a bridge of magpies over the Milky Way so that Niulang and Qixi could meet each other on the bridge. niulang&zhinv finally met each other again on the Bridge of Magpies. The queen was also moved then. She finally allowed niulang&zhinv to meet once a year. From then on, every July 7th on lunar calendar became the date on which niulang&zhinv had their family reunion.